everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are returning to MESBG, to the world of Middle-earth, and we are painting up Helm Hammerhand, the Wraith of the Hornburg. Yes, this miniature was sent to me early by Games Workshop a little while ago, but I simply ran out of time to do it back then, but now, we're doing it now. That doesn't make any sense. Oh well. Massive thank you to them, and we're going to jump in and we're going to start painting. Helm has been primed in Grey Seer, and the colour we're going to be using first is Apothecary White. And we're going to be applying this over the top of all of Helm's quilted clothes. Now there's a couple of whites on here that need to be slightly different colours. So we're just applying this over the top of this kind of quilted, padded bit. Like this, and there's a little bit of it here down on the legs as well. We're not applying this over top of the hair, beard or fur. With that Apothecary White all applied, we're then going to take some Seraphim Sepia, and we're going to apply this over top of Helm's hair and beard. Now I know this is going to make him look blonde, but presumably he was at one point, which is why the box art has got this little flecks of blonde in there underneath all the white. So this is why we're doing it this way. And so with that all done, we then take some Nuln Oil and we apply this over top of all the fur. So with that Nuln Oil all applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some Guilliman Flesh. And we're going to apply this over top of all of Helm's skin. So with that all done, we're now going to take a roughly 1-to-1 mix of Militarum Green and Dark Angel's Green, and we're going to apply this over top of his clothes. This might seem like a slightly weird mix, but it is a very specific sort of tone of green that they've got on there, because he's kind of lost some of the splendour. It's all tatty. So with that green all applied, we're then going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur and we're going to apply this over top of the belt and the strap on the horn going across his chest. with that Gore-Grunta Fur applied, we're then going to take some Cygor Brown. We're going to apply this over top of the boots and the bracer on his arm. And we're going to try our best to avoid any of the kind of binding. So there's one just here on this boot, which we don't want to apply it over. So with that all done, we're then going to take a roughly 1-to-1 mix of Lahmian Medium and Basilicanum Grey. I'm going to apply this over top of the trousers. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Agrax Earthshade. And we're going to apply this over the top of all of the bindings around the model. So we've got the ones on the arms and on the legs. But what we're also going to do is we're going to apply this over the horn. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour. And we're going to apply this over top of all of our remaining details, which is pretty much just the detailing on the horn of Helm Hammerhand. So with that all done, it is now time to add some shades to Helm, and the first of these is going to be some Soulblight Grey, and we're going to be using this over top of the quilted clothes because we just need to add a tiny little extra hint of grey in there, but adding a second layer of Apothecary White would be way too much. So we're just going to use a small amount of Soulblight Grey here, and as you can see, it just adds a little hint of grey in over the top and really strengthens those recesses as well. And so with that all done, we're then going to use a small amount of Guilliman Flesh. I'm going to apply this over top of the gold. So with that all done, Helm is now at what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, but we're of course not going to leave him there. We're going to take him to the next level. We're going to do this by adding some highlights. Now, the first of these is going to be some thinned down Corax White, and we're going to use this to highlight all of our white details. Such as the hair, the beard, the quilted clothes, and the fur. So with that all done, we've actually, well, completed quite a huge amount of the model, as you can probably see. So what we're going to do is move on, and we're going to keep on with this highlighting train, and we're going to take some thinned down Straken Green. I'm going to use this to highlight the green. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is take some thinned down Nurgling Green. I'm going to apply this to the sharpest points scattered around the green. With that green all highlighted, we're then going to take some thinned down Flayed One Flesh. I'm going to use this to highlight Helm's skin. So with that Flayed One Flesh all applied, we're then going to take a tiny amount of Black Legion, and we're going to apply this over the top of the eyes. With that Black Legion all applied, we can then take some Screaming Skull. We can apply a little dot in the corners of each of the eyes, but what we're also going to do with the Screaming Skull is pick out the teeth of Helm, and we're going to use this to highlight the horn. By just adding some little lines going along it like this. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Gorthor Brown. We're going to use this to highlight the dark leather, such as the boots and the bracer. So with that all done, we're now going to finish Helm off by taking some thinned down Liberator Gold. I'm going to use this to highlight the gold. And so with the base now complete in the style of the Hornburg at his end, Helm Hammerhand is now finished, and it's taken a little while for me to get it done, but we have got it done eventually, as we do everything around here. I'm just one man, I don't have enough time, but I'm really, really pleased with him, and I can't wait to see what Games Workshop comes up with for a fully armoured, on-horse, prideful Helm. That'll be awesome. I really can't wait to see it. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com
patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.